Quran. Out of Abraham, who did the Lord say, tell Abraham who the chosen people would be? Yes, the Jews. Right. Which come out of whose seed? Oh, okay, good. Very good. So,
reason we have Antichrist on here is because the leaders now go against Yahweh Shah, who you call Jesus Christ. Give me 2 John 2 and 18. So that's going to clear up the mystery of why do we have Antichrist on here against Yahweh Shah and totally against the Most High and his laws. This man alone passed so many laws that he topped every other president. Now you can be a flaming fag in the world. And what? It's a law. 2 men marrying men. 2 women marrying each other. Right? Read.
Little children, it is the last time.
What? Read it again.
Little children, it is the last time.
You call little children because why? Yahweh Shai is speaking to you. We're the children of the Most High and children to great knowledge. Read.
And as ye have heard that Antichrist shall come.
And as ye have heard, Antichrist shall come. Antichrist, the word is very simple. Against Yahweh Shah, against the Anointed One, in laws, and actions, and thoughts. 2 men with men. A man can lay with an animal. Your foods are genetically modified. Totally against the Most High laws and statutes. Read.
Even now are there many antichrists.
Even now there are many antichrists. So all of the other presidents, years ago we would have had, what? Bush up here. Before that would have been Clinton. All against the Most High. That's why, read that again.
Even now are there many antichrists.
So there are many antichrists. Even those walking up in the world that don't want to come to the law, statute, commandments of the Most High. You are an antichrist. So you don't want to get caught in that realm. Read.
Whereby we know that it is the last time.
So this is how you're going to know it's the last time we living in. Give me is it done? Give me Romans 13:11. So now it's time to get serious. Now it's really time to get serious and stop walking around like fools, knowing that we're living in the last days and that who you call Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai, is going to come out of the sky with chariots and destroy this wicked kingdom. But you don't believe it. You think this thing is going to go on forever. Read.
Slide it down so that I have
Romans 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Read it one more time.
And that knowing the time.
Stop. Knowing the time. We're living in the last times where who you call Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shah, is going to make his second return and destroy this wicked setup. And you refuse to believe it. You think it's a fairy tale. Read.
And that knowing the time, that now is high time to awake out of sleep.
What sleep? The sleep that you're living in America. The American dream, the darkness. Not knowing who you are. Read.
But now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
So now the salvation is there than what we believe. So this is why you gotta get right with the Most High. For those of you that are part of the 12 tribes of Israel. If you're outside of that, I feel sorry for you. Because you ain't gonna make it. And if you do, you're gonna be in captivity. And you're gonna suffer the same captivity that we had to suffer. So now all these things have had to come in fruition. Because now, you so-called Negroes, West Indian Puerto Ricans, the mystery of slavery should be clear now. Why we had to come in slavery? First, it was prophecy. Second, we broke the law, statute, and commandments. So this thing had to go down. Anything else on that?
12th verse. The night is far spent.
Stop. Give me Deuteronomy 28:15. Because right now, you so-called Negroes, West Indian, Puerto Ricans, you living around, you live in love. You think it's love here. But this ain't love. This is a captivity we're serving out. Right. But you don't understand that. You're thinking, well, you know what? Tomorrow I'm gonna give me a fresh pair of Timbs. I'm going to work. It's just day by day. But this is your captivity. And your captivity is almost up. Read.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
It's going to come to pass.
If thou would not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power.
So we were supposed to hearken to the word of the Most High. That's the deal. Read.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
To do all the commandments. Read.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day.
And the statutes that he command us this day. Read.
That all these curses shall come upon thee.
All these curses shall come upon thee. Read.
And overtake thee.
And overtake thee. That's why we have all these curses we have on us now. We have our people looking at a simple behind nigger across the street, jumping up and dancing. Meanwhile, the truth is right here. The truth is crying out in the streets. But you would rather look at something simple and dumb. That's a curse. Your mind is cursed. Read.
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
Cursed that shall thou be in the city. You walking up and down the block, curse. Men with men, women with women. You can't get a job. You walking around and this devil is ruling up over you. These cops, they shoot you up and down in 1 second. That's a curse. Breathe.
Cursed shall thou be in the field.
Cursed shall thou be in the field. You work these jobs and what? You don't get nothing in return. You come home, you can't pay your bills. You can't pay your rent. You can't have a good time. You're totally cursed. Read.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
So cursed shall be your basket in the store. Read.
Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body.
Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body. Read.
And the fruit of thy land.
And the fruit of thy land. These farmers are fathers' farmers. They grew all those crops and what? Nothing you grow, you benefit from. So we up under a curse. But now it's high time we're going to wake out of that. Because the Most High have sent his son, Yahweh Shah, to save us from that curse. And we don't even deserve it. Drop that, give me Matthew 10:5. So now it's high time to wake out of this deep sleep. The Most High has sent his son to get us out of this curse. You children of Israel, you so-called Negroes, West Indians, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Guatemalans, you're the children of Israel. Read.
Matthew 10, verse 5 and 6. These 12 Christ sent forth and commanded them, saying.
So the 12 Yahweh Shah sent forth is the apostles. Read.
Go not into the way of the Gentiles.
Stay away from the Gentiles. It's not for them. So you that's in the Christian churches, the Gentiles is not a part of this. No. This is for the 12 tribes of the house of Israel. Now, a lot of you walk around in the Gentile state of mind. But we're not talking about that. Read.
And into the city of the Samaritans enter ye not.
We're not going to go to the converted Samaritan so-called Jews. When you read, what's that, 2 Kings 17th chapter? No, we don't need to go there, but I'm just saying. We're not talking about them. Read.
But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
But rather go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You so-called Negroes, you so-called Dominicans, you so-called West Indians, you so-called Cubans, Colombians. You make up the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That is glorious news. We're going to rule the planet Earth next. And if you don't like it, your ruler is going to behead you. So guess what is going to happen? Whether you like it or not. Read.
As ye go, preach saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
The kingdom of heaven is at hand. That's what you're going to get. Our people, the kingdom of heaven. And our people do not want that. You don't want to rule. Get out of that dark state of mind. Read.
Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers.
Heal the sick. We're spiritually healing the sick right now. Right now it's spiritual. Then the Most High is going to manifest it physically. You that's sick in the mind of thinking you can be a fag, lesbian, or a child molester, or just straight up beating on your women, or women thinking they can have multiple men. That's a sickness. Read that part again.
Heal the sick.
Heal the sick. What's going to heal the sick? The law, statute, and commandments. Hold that and give me, what is that? I think that song. Psalms 119. So the Most High is going to heal the sick through the word. That's right now it's spiritual. So right now, walking up and down the block, you gotta know that it is high time you wake up to this truth. You can't walk around the planet Earth, especially you so-called Negroes, West Indian, and Puerto Ricans, and not know who you are. That's a curse unto you. Wake up into who you are. Wake up into knowing that you are the children of Israel, and we're gonna rule the planet Earth next. And all these things are happening on the earth for your sake. That woman in Washington that got blown away is to remind you to wake up to the Most High. Because they're not playing out here with you no more. It's either you gonna get with the program or it ain't gonna work out for you. So you got to keep your mind on the spirit of the Most High through your Yahushua. You got that out? Read.
Psalms 119, verse 9.
And this is how you're going to cleanse the sick. Read.
Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way?
Wherewithal a young man and a woman cleanse their ways. Read.
By taking heed thereto according to thy word.
Taking heed according to the word, according to the scriptures, according to the law, statute, and commandments. You can go back. So that's how you're going to clean yourself up in these last days. It's no magical dust. You got to keep the law, statute, and commandments of the Most High and know who you are. Because time is getting short. And here in America, there's going to be a horrible thing that's going to go down for you so-called Negroes, West Indian, Puerto Ricans. You're walking a short walk right now. That's why the Most High sent us out here to gather the elect. Got it?
Matthew 24, verse 15.
Just give me Matthew 24 and 3.
Matthew 24, verse 3.
So these are some of the things that's going to happen in these last days. Read.
And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be?
When shall these things be? Read.
And what shall be the sign of thy coming?
And what shall be the sign of the coming of Yahushua, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ? Now, do any of you have a problem with this? Good, read.
And of the end of the world.
And of the end of the world. Not the whole planet Earth, but the end of this world we're living in now. Esau's world. The world of the so-called white man. Read.
And Christ answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you.
Take heed that no man deceive you. You so-called Negroes, West Indian, Puerto Ricans, you have been deceived by this image. Read that part again.
Take heed that no man deceive you.
Take heed that no man deceive you. Now, do any of you have a problem with this not being so-called Jesus Christ? This is an imposter. Do any of you have anything to say about this? Read.
For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ.
Yeah, many came. And still today, they still coming. All these false prophets saying that they are the anointed. But they're not. They're deceivers and antichrist. This image is the image of Caesar Borgia. Do any of you have a problem with that? Read.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
You hear about wars and rumors of wars every day. In Syria, in the Middle East. Why can't you get it in your mind that this is the coming of Yahushua? These are some of the signs. There's an uprising and all of these things happening. Wars, rumors of wars. Death every day. Do you ever notice when you look at the news, there's more death than normal on the news? Read.
And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled.
So you are not to be troubled. And you're not going to be troubled because you're going to have the word of the Most High. It's for you so-called Negroes, West Indian, Puerto Ricans. Because you are the true Jews. That's the wonderful mystery that's been solved. That's the good news. Now you so-called Negroes, West Indian, Puerto Ricans, you are the true Jews. You're the one where the Most High showed his power to Egypt and came out of Egypt. It's you, so-called Negroes, West Indian, Puerto Ricans. You're going to be the ones that's going to rule the planet Earth. Read.
For all these things must come to pass.
All of these things must come to pass. It must happen. Read.
But the end is not yet.
The end is not yet. Read.
For nation shall rise against nation.
So you have nations rising against nations. Read.
And kingdom against kingdom.
Read.
And there shall be famines and pestilences.
You've been hearing about famines and pestilences for years now. All kind of new diseases coming up. AIDS. What is that? Even diabetes. All kind of things. This is the beginning of the end of this setup. In the beginning of your kingdom. Read.
And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places.
So you hear about earthquakes and all of these things happening in the world. Now, go to what, 24? Go to 24.
But there was an earthquake in Pakistan Tuesday.
Bring it out.
There was an earthquake, I think it was 7.8 in Pakistan. And what it did, it brought up a whole new entire island off the coast of Palestine. Y'all heard about that? It said, and that wasn't even a big earthquake, but it brought up a new entire island from out of the ocean floor, and brought a whole new island up. You understand? So those are major signs.
So these are the things that's going to happen. What is 24?
For that shall rise false Christ.
Is that 34? So right now we're going to bring out, for those of you that's in the churches talking about you're saved, you ain't saved yet. You ain't saved right now. You have to endure to the end. You see it, Ellie? All right. So right now, we're bringing out that you so-called Negroes, West Indian, Puerto Ricans, you are the children of Israel. And this word is only for those that want to take heed to the Most High's law. Give me Ezekiel 9 and 4. Because we out here for you, to let you know who you are. As a commandment. That's why we talk the way we do. And we bring out things the way we do. Because we're commanded by Yahweh Shah to do it. Read.
Ezekiel 9, verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city.
We're going through the midst of the city. Even though here it was talking about the angels, it's talking about right now, we're speaking to the midst of the city. Read.
Through the midst of Jerusalem.
Through the midst of Jerusalem. Spiritually, where you dwell right now. All the so-called Negroes, West Indian, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans. You make up the house of Israel. Jerusalem. Read.
And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men.
And set a mark. And it's not talking about the mark of the beast. It's talking about a spiritual mark. Read.
Set a mark upon the men that sigh and that cry.
So the men and women that hate this society, that hate to see women with women and men with men, that hate to see old men with young boys, that hate to see you can't even get real food nowadays.
That's right.
All of the seedless grapes and seedless melons. I tried to get me a nice watermelon. I had to go all around Brooklyn just to find a nice, matter of fact, I didn't even find it in Brooklyn. I had to go to Long Island to buy a real watermelon with black seeds. I forgot about that. Read.
For all that sigh and cry, for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
All the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Everything that's going on is an abomination. Because this society is totally against the Most High. Read.
And to the others he said, in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare.
So for those of you that don't want to get in line, the Most High got something very special for you. For those of you that want to buck up against the truth, that want to buck up and say, well, I don't care if I'm an Israelite. You so-called Negroes, West Indian, Puerto Ricans. Read that last line again.
And him, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity.
Read up. Read that line.
And to the others he said, in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite.
So the Most High got something special for your behinds that don't want to get in line and come back to the Most High through his son Yahweh Shah and keep the law, statute, and commandments. Read.
Let not your eyes spare.
Let not your eyes spare. So there's going to be a lot of bloodshed. Read.
Neither have ye pity.
Yeah, there's not going to be no pity. No pity. No, oh, well, no, I'm not going to do no. Under the commandment of the Most High, you ain't keeping the law, statute, and commandments? Off with your heads. Read.
Slay utterly, old and young.
Stop. Slay utterly, old and young. That's coming here to America. That's coming here to America real soon. Where's the nuclear? Read.
Both maids and little children.
Say that part again.
Both maids and little children.
Young women and little children. That's going to be death when you don't come back to the Most High. Read.
And women.
And what?
And women.
And women. So you women walking around, if you think you special, the Most High got something for you. It ain't gonna be no special thing. Well, no. The Most High got something for you if you don't want to keep the law, statute, and commandments and come back to who you are as a nation. This ain't no religion. This ain't no cult or anything like that. It's coming back to your nationality. The children of Israel. The so-called Negroes, West Indians, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Mexicans, North American Indians. You make up the 12 tribes of Israel. That should be the best news you ever heard in your life. But you don't want it though. Read.
But come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
So that's why the Most High set us up out here. So we can mark you with this word. And you can get it in your mind of who you are. And cleanse your ways through the word. To keep the law, statute, and commandments. Read.
And begin at my sanctuary.
And it's going to begin at the sanctuary. That's enough on that. Right now, give me where we went to Matthews. Yeah, let me get Amos 9 and 8. So that's why it's high time you wake up and know who you are in this world. You so-called Negroes, West Indian, Puerto Ricans. You are the 12 tribes of Israel. And Yahweh Shai laid his life on the line for you. He had to adopt you from your sins. Read.
Amos 9 and 8. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel.
So the Most High is going to sift the 12 tribes of the house of Israel. Read.
Among all nations.
Among all nations. That's why the word had to go to every nation. That's why this gospel had to be sent to every nation. Because you so-called Negroes, West Indian, Puerto Ricans, the 12 tribes of Israel, you're in every nation. It was part of a curse. The Most High spread us, scattered us throughout all the world. That's why this gospel had to go out. It's not to save the Gentiles. It's to save the Israelites in the Gentile state of mind.
That's right.
Read that part again.
Among all nations.
Among all nations. Read.
Like as corn is sifted in a sieve.
That's beautiful. The Most High is going to sift out his elect out of every nation all over the planet Earth. So there's hope when you come back to the law, statute, and commandments of the Most High, you 12 tribes of Israel. Just like you're in captivity, you're going to have slaves too. And I know that hurts some of y'all feelings because right now you in a Jim Crow state of mind.
Right.
Get thinking different.
Right.
Think that you're going to rule. But before that, there's going to have to be a lot of death and destruction. The Most High is refining us. And we're going to have to go through a lot before we refine into that beautiful jewel. Read.
Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
Not the least grain fall. So the Most High, through his son Yahweh Shai, ain't no joke. To gather the elect from every corner of the earth And not one, read that last part.
Yet shall not the least grain fall.
Not the least grain fall. You gotta understand that. That's power. And that should be hope for you so-called Negroes, West Indian, Puerto Ricans. Read.
Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
Read.
All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword.
Here we go again. For the ones that don't want to hear the words of the Most High, read that part again.
All the sinners of my people.
All the sinners of the Most High's people, read,
shall die by the sword.
shall die by the sword. That means while you in the streets and you don't want to pay this no mind, when martial law come, a lot of you gonna die. Period. A lot of you hardcore, so-called hardcore roughneck dudes are going to be put to death.
Right.
So come back to the Most High. We need some of you hardcore dudes, but in righteousness.
Right.
You can be hardcore, but be hardcore in righteousness. Fight for the Most High. Where's that scripture? Who will fight for me? Psalms 94? Hold that, let me get that.
Psalms 94.
Psalms 94:20.
94:20. So that's why the Most High, that's why the Most High requires this of our people, to come fight for Him. Because if not, you're going to make a choice. You is either going to be death in the streets, or you're going to be saved through the Spirit of the Most High, to have that hedge around you. What we just read, touch not a man that has the mark. But go back to the what you were reading before. It's not there. Read.
Which say, the evil shall not overtake us.
So read that. 94:16. Go to 94:16.
Right. Psalms 94, verse 16.
Now this is for all you hardcore knuckleheads out there that's killing each other on the block for a color. Oh, I wear red. My set is red. My set is blue. Read.
Psalms 94, verse 16. Who will rise up for me?
Wait a minute, hardcore knuckleheads. Read that again.
Who will rise up for me?
So the Most High is asking you a question. Who will rise for Him in righteousness? Who will rise for Him in righteousness? Read.
Who will rise up for me against the evildoers?
Against the evildoers. So you so-called knuckleheads in the street killing each other, why don't you stop doing that and rise up for the Most High and speak out against those killing each other in their hoods, selling drugs in the hoods, the leaders that's causing you to error. Read that whole thing again.
Who will rise up for me?
So the Most High is asking you that question, brother. Read that again.
Who will rise up for me against the evildoers?
Against the evildoers. The Most High is asking you a question, brother. Read that again.
Who will rise up for me?
Who will rise up for Him in this wicked setup? Read.
Against the evildoers.
Against the evildoers. This wickedness. This wickedness. That's only a part of it. Who will rise up for Him against this? Read.
Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
Against the workers of iniquity. All of this wicked, filthy laws and things that's being done on the planet. Everything is out of whack. It's almost like they said Planet of the Apes. He went up in the sky and came back down, and everything was turned upside down.
Right.
That's what we living in now. We living in a planet of the damn apes. And guess what, you so-called Negroes, West Indian, Puerto Ricans? You ain't the apes. Esau is the ape and the monkeys.
Right.
We living in the planet of the apes right now.
That's right.
And who will rise up for the Most High in this planet of the apes, where these monkeys are ruling up over us? Read.
Unless the Most High had been my help, my soul had almost dwelt in silence.
So that's it on that. Go back to the next one.
Amos 9, verse 11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David.
So that's what's going on now. Who will stand up for the Most High? Because guess what? If we don't stand up, it's still going to happen.
That's right.
Simple fools, it's still going to happen. The Most High can raise up rocks over us. Read that again.
And in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen.
So that's the blessing. That's the blessing right now. The Most High is going to raise up the tabernacle of David. Read.
And close up the breaches thereof.
And close up the breaches thereof. Read.
And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
So we're going to have our kingdom back. That's the good news.